Welcome back. Excellent, excellent. Right, get another piece of paper and a pen. I'm going to be calling out 4 sentences and you will be writing down what you think I said. And I will be speaking faster than the man who was speaking during the news. Okay. Right, got the piece of paper and a pen? A pen, where's your pen? Yes, or pencil, whatever. Okay, right, first one. So I'm going to read this reasonably quickly. You're going to have 3 opportunities to hear me say the sentence. First one. They've reported that the president's made a surprise visit to the region. They've reported that the president's made a surprise visit to the region. And finally, they've reported that the president's made a surprise visit to the region.
Wonderful phrase.
It's beautiful, beautiful music there from Patrizio. Beautiful music. It's beautiful, yes. Okay. Next sentence. It's been raining heavily all week. And locals have been struggling to cope with floods. It's been raining heavily all week, and locals have been struggling to cope with floods. And finally, it's been raining heavily all week and locals have been struggling to cope with floods. Next sentence. Scientists have discovered a new planet that's been orbiting a new nearby star. Scientists have discovered a new planet that's been orbiting a nearby star. And finally, scientists have discovered a new planet that's been orbiting a nearby star. And last sentence. The government's announced new measures because prices have been rising fast. The government's announced new measures because prices have been rising fast. The government's announced new measures because prices have been rising fast. Okay, can you compare with your partner? Okay, so the pair of you, the 3 of you, the pair of you, the pair of you, and the pair of you. Okay, off you go. Yes, the pair of you. Yeah, we've all agreed for with the... Easy? Socialize with your partner if you're finished. If you don't like your partner, just suck it up there, boys. In English, purpose individuals. Easy? That's your favorite. Okay, right, here are the answers. Here are the answers. Did you get the right answers or not? Okay. Did you do okay? Hello, Valentina.
How are you? Oh, good, thank you. It's Monday. May I have a chat with Tanya, please?
Tanya, there is Valentina.
Do you have your mobile with you? Yeah, please.
Okay, doke. Right. Did you do okay or not? Okay. What did you have problems with, Mariana? Which in the first one, what problem did you have?
I didn't listen surprise.
Okay, so you had a problem with that.
Yeah, like one.
Okay.
First part.
Did you? So, how many of you heard that?
I don't.
No.
I don't.
Yes, you heard it.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
No.
No.
No, you didn't hear that. What did you hear? Are being struggling. Okay, that doesn't exist. Okay. This one. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear that?
Yes.
This
No.
part.
No.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This one. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And this.
No.
Okay. So what? Yes, you heard, but you didn't really understand. Okay. X and G's. Okay. What tenses are they?
Present perfect continuous.
And present perfect simple. Okay, so your present perfect simple has made, you have reported, that's present perfect simple, both of them. Has been raining, that's the contraction, has been raining, that's present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. Present perfect or present perfect simple. Present perfect continuous. Present perfect. Present perfect continuous. Okay, so all I did said to ChatGPT, can you give me 4 sentences that relate to the news and give me present perfect simple, present perfect continuous. Now, would you very often find the present perfect in the news?
Yes,
Why?
because they are relating something.
Oh. Stand up here, Lou. In front of the camera. Fan is not here. So fan is not here. Okay? Only fan. Okay, turn around you and face that camera. Now you tell me what perfect means.
Connecting 2 times.
Very good. For the camera.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The same thing.
So perfect. Perfect. Yes, exactly.
That's the meaning?
Yes, perfect. When you think of perfect, I want you to think of connect 2 times. What does perfect mean again? Exactly. Now, Rambo hasn't been in the class for 2 months, but you remember that rubbish, yes? Exactly. Okay? Now, there's another meaning, another word that you can remember the word perfect as. What's the other word? Just one word. Before. So when you say present perfect, it means before the present. Okay? So it's before the present, but the present is still important. Okay? So you're connecting something to now. I'll go back over that in a minute. But when you're trying to learn this grammar, you want to be able to understand it when some native speaker uses it. You don't want to just, okay, now I know that the present perfect connects 2 times, and then every time you hear it, you never understand it. You go, what did they say? So I'm sure some of you said they reported, yeah? Instead of they've reported. Okay? So you eliminated the present perfect and you just said the past simple. Now very often that will work. Okay? You'll be okay with that. Now I'll read this and you tell me what words I'm changing in terms of pronunciation. They've reported that the president's made a surprise visit to the region. What words changed? That did not change. What words changed? Did that change? Okay, listen again. They've reported that the president's made. They've reported that the. So I told you that that word, because it's not very, very important, very often will change pronunciation to what sound? What sound is going to go there? So that sound is the most important sound in English. It even has a name. It's called schwa. So what you have to do is put your tongue somewhere centrally, not very far back, not very far forward, somewhere in the middle. Your mouth does not have to be very closed. It's not like this. It's not like this. It's very, very relaxed. And you just say it very quietly, and you say it very quickly, and you say, say it again. Now, I do not want you to do what Andrea just did and go. So it's just really relaxed. This man, he's born for this sound. So when you say that word, you don't say that, you say that. Okay, when you say it quickly in English, these sounds are going to change pronunciation. So that's why you hear that. They've reported that the. Also, you have a T beside a sound. They don't like to be together. So you'll get the president's made a surprise visit. How did I pronounce that word? Yeah, exactly. Okay? This man's favorite sound. Okay? Surprise visit. How did I say that, Edward? This word. Okay? Nobody says to, they'll say to the region. Now, try say it.
I report that the
I?
president.
Hey, there you go. Look. Okay, excellent. So repeat.
They report that the president's.
The
president made a surprise.
Say it quickly. Made a surprise. Made a surprise.
Visit to the region.
Yeah. Okay. So Patricio.
They have that.
Now, don't say they have. Say they've. They've reported.
They reported that the president made a surprise visit to the region.
Now, near. Okay, so he's doing one thing that I like and one thing that I don't like. So Patricio is trying to speak quickly and he's doing the correct things here. Now he's making a few errors. What's the number one error for Spanish speakers?
Pronunciation.
Pronunciation? No, about
To
pronunciation.
pronounce all the letters,
Which ones in particular? There's
the
one.
vocals.
No, it's not because of that.
The V and S.
Yeah, that's true as well, but there's one big problem. The biggest problem, and some other language groups
We
have
don't
it as well.
pronounce the last.
That's it. You don't pronounce the last consonant sound. So if you listen back to Patricio saying that, he said president, he didn't say presidents, presidents may. Okay? So when you say something like, for example, say duck.
Duck.
Yeah.
Duck.
You don't want to say duck. Okay? You want to say duck. Now this is why she's called Rambo. Okay? This is why she's called Rambo. Stand up, Rambo.
You don't need anything.
I'm a very old man. Who owns this? Okay, yeah, Marianne, don't worry about it. Okay, it's not so expensive.
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Now, Rambo, I want you to say duck.
The face.
Duck.
Okay, you see what I want you to do? I want you to be very aggressive at the end of syllables. Okay. Now, unfortunately, in the past, Rambo, she missed and hit me in the face. Okay, excellent. And that's why she's called Rambo.
By accident.
Okay, by accident.
By accident.
Exactly. Okay, right. So try to pronounce those last consonant sounds. So again, Patricio,
They have reported that
they've. Say it quick. They've
they reported
reported
that the president made a surprise visit to the
surprise
a
surprise
surprise visit to the region.
to the. Now this is a problem with this sound. Region. Okay, but you need to try. Now I don't expect you to produce the connected speech that I do. I don't expect you to do that. What I expect you to do is try so that it helps your comprehension when you listen to a native speaker. You're not going to produce like a native speaker. You don't have to, and I told you it's probably best not to do that. But one, you do have to fix those j and that last consonant. That is important. Now, this, I'm going to read this, and then Andrea is going to repeat after me. It's been raining heavily all week, and locals have been struggling to cope with floods.
Okay. It's been raining heavily all week, and locals have been struggling to cope with floods.
Now, she's very German, so she reads everything with perfect pronunciation. Is that it's been raining heavily all week, and locals have been struggling to cope with floods. Now, when you do that, it's understandable, but it's not connected speech. Okay, so how did I pronounce that word? Been. It's been raining. I'm saying it very quickly. It's been raining. So it almost changes to been instead of been. It's been. It's been raining. It's been raining. It's been raining. And what did I do to that last sound? I didn't say raining. I said raining. So it almost sounds like an N. Raining. All Irish people generally, when you're using ing forms, generally change it to N. What am I doing? What am I doing now?
Teaching.
Teaching. What was the question I asked?
What am I doing?
What am I doing? I said, what am I doing? And then he said, teaching. What are you doing?
Learning.
Falling asleep. Falling asleep. Okay? So that's ing form is very often going to be in heavily all week, and locals, how did I pronounce this part? Locals have been struggling to cope. What's cope mean anyway? To deal with the situation, to manage the situation, to cope with floods. Now we'll go a little slower. Say, it's been raining.
It's been raining.
Raining. It's been raining
It's been raining
heavily all week,
heavily all week,
and locals,
and locals,
locals of,
and locals,
and locals of,
and locals,
been struggling,
been struggling to cope
to cope with floods.
with floods.
Now, if I did get you, if I did speed this audio up, it'd be perfect. It'd be better than almost everyone in this class. Okay? Germans don't generally have too many problems with the consonant sounds in English because they exist in German. Okay? Most of them. Okay? It's been raining. It's been raining heavily all week.
It's been raining heavily all week,
And locals
and locals
have
have
been struggling
been struggling
to cope
to cope with floods.
Yeah, that's basically perfect. I can't really fix too many things there if you just say it fast enough. Okay? So again, just notice what words are changing pronunciation. The unimportant words. That word is not important. 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 Even that word is not important. Those words are going to change pronunciation. The nouns and the verbs, the adjectives, the adverbs, they don't change pronunciation. Okay? They'll stay the same all the time. So that stays the same, it's a noun. That stays the same, it's a verb. That stays the same, that's a noun, etc., etc. But these auxiliary verbs will not. So how will I pronounce those three words?
Scientists
Will I say scientists have discovered? Scientists have discovered. So say scientists of. Okay, yeah. Now I know, Andrea, every time I see Andrea, oh, it's impossible, etc. And you produced it. Like you produced it better than some Spanish speakers, because very often a Spanish speaker will not pronounce the plural. They'll say scientists instead of scientists. Okay, so say that. Scientists. Okay, see, it's even for a native English speaker, when you're a kid, you will have problems with those sounds. My baby nephew finds that very difficult to produce. Okay? It takes a while for even a native speaker to get accustomed to those sounds. So don't worry about, oh my God, I have to be perfect straight away. But if you want to understand what a native speaker says, an adult native speaker, you have to get good at this. So, scientists have discovered. Scientists have discovered. How did that get pronounced? A new planet. That's or that's been a nearby star. Now, this man over here was saying, during one sec. During the news, Edberg said, "Oh, he's reading very slowly." Now, if you saw a sentence like that, would you expect it to be in connected speech or not? Would you expect a native speaker to read that very fast?
Yes.
Why? What kind of sentence is it? Formal or informal? Formal. I would say if you saw that, it probably, as I asked, I said, oh, it will be in the news. Probably, like the man who was reading news earlier, it will be a little bit more slow or slower. So he'd probably say, scientists have discovered a new planet that's been orbiting a nearby star. So maybe that would be pronounced have, rather than scientists of. But if I said it in conversation, it would be different. So when I asked you at the start of the class, generate 100 colloquial expressions and then create the dialogue, in the dialogue you will definitely have connected speech, very fast. But when you listen to the news, like in the Irish Sign Language, you don't always have that because you want to be clearer and more emphatic. So you might not get the contractions. And here, for example, How would you pronounce that, please, Amy?
The government announced new
Okay, stop. Now, Amy is a Spanish speaker, so what mistake did she make?
Don't pronounce the
That disappeared. Okay, so that governments became government, and there was a sort of a little effort of a like that, the government like this, etc. So try again.
The government's
Announce.
Okay, so I'm going to read it, and can you see the difference in the way I pronounce it and the way Amy pronounced it? The government's announced. What happened there? What was different to my pronunciation and her pronunciation?
You are Irish.
yeah.
You are a native speaker.
Yes, but where did I divide it up? Where did I divide these two words?
Yes.
The government's announced.
The
So
consonant,
you-
the last consonant is
It's
made
a,
the sound.
the
Here,
government's
government.
announced.
S.
I split it here, and it was almost like the government
Announced.
announced. I almost didn't pronounce the T, but this S migrated
Connect with
over.
the next one.
Yeah, with the next vowel. You tried to go, the government's announced. Okay? Which is harder to do. Okay, now try it, but this time divide it like that.
Okay. The government's announced.
Yeah, now that's much better. Okay, it's much better, except she didn't pronounce that.
Announced.
And the no, you pronounce, what you say is the government's announce. Okay, play back. If you don't believe me, play back the video and listen to what Amy said, and she did not pronounce the last consonant. So you have problems when you can't do that, because here you have a negative, you've consonant sound, so you can't connect the consonant sound here, like the vowel sound and the consonant here. Okay, so say it again. The government's announced.
The government's announced.
Okay, repeat.
The government's announced.
That's better. Do you hear that? Okay, there's a big difference between that and that. So a few of you actually asked for tenses to go over tenses during the week. Well, if you don't pronounce the ED in English, you've got a different tense. So it does make a big difference in English if you don't go announced instead of announce. Keep going.
New measures because prices have been rising fast.
Have been what?
Rising.
Rising. Now, what's the possibility of pronunciation here?
Prices.
Prices.
Prices. How would you pronounce that?
Prices.
So now try combine them.
Prices have been rising fast.
Rising.
Rising.
Now, repeat.
All?
Yeah.
The government's announced new measures because prices have been rising fast.
Pretty good. So sorry, just 1 second there before we go on. Nobody likes arrogance. Do not clap yourself. Yes, as you
So I can now the pronunciation or beating in the third sentence or instead of or biting.
Orbiting. Oh yes, I didn't actually mention this, but I said the pronunciation of this is orbiting.
Orbiting.
Okay. Now there is a bit of a clue, but it's not consistent. Okay, so if you look back up here for a second. English is not phonetic. Okay, so when you learn English, the pronunciation is not going to be consistent. It's not like Italian or Japanese or whatever, etc. If I said, I'm trying to give you an example where you finish with. How do you pronounce Actually, no, I'll give you another example. Okay. How do you pronounce that?
Right.
Right.
Written.
Written. Written. Could you tell me why that changed? Could you tell me, is there anything that helps you know that that is going to have a different pronunciation of that?
The double T.
The double T gives you an idea about what?
The pronouns.
Yeah. The double D is going to give you an idea of the pronunciation of that. Could you tell me what it is doing? It's telling you that that sound there is typically short. I. I. Okay? Now that E, do you pronounce this word rite? Okay, so do you actually pronounce that letter? No, you don't hear that sound at all. What this does is tell you that that is usually long. Okay? Now, it's not consistent. So, to be honest, in English, unfortunately, most of the time you just have to guess. But you will develop intuitions after a period of time. Like, for example, if I see a new word in English I've never seen and it's the first time I've ever seen, I can make a good guess. But I can't always guess very well. So, for example, if I gave you, I'll give you a word that maybe you don't understand. Yeah? How do you pronounce that? Again? Anyone else?
It seems French.
It is French.
It is
Okay?
French.
So we're using the French expression, and I mean au fait. Now, if you didn't speak French and you saw that word or that expression in English, I have no idea about the pronunciation of that. And most English speakers don't speak French. So very often, if you see this kind of expression for the first time, you go, what the hell, how do you pronounce it? So you say, au fait, okay? We just guess. Okay, so it does take a lot of time to guess the pronunciation. I'll give you my favorite word in German exists in English. Now you don't say one word. The rest of you guess the pronunciation of this word. This is my favorite word in German. Any guesses there at the pronunciation of this? It's in an English dictionary, but we stole it from German. Anyone know how do you pronounce it? Again? Okay, now listen to Andrea, who is a native German speaker, and she will pronounce it for you.
Schadenfreude.
Again?
Schadensfreude.
Now, in English, what we say is Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. That's how we pronounce it. Now, it's my favorite word in German. This tells you something about the German personality, to be honest. Does anyone know what that means? It's a feeling. It's a lovely word. I really love this. No. Imagine, for example, you're walking down the street, Yvonne, and you see one of your relations walking down the street. No, one of your friends, Gonzalo. No. So one of your really good friends, and they're walking down the street, the side of the street, the other side of the street, and you say hello, and then they fall in a hole. They fall in a hole. How would you react? You'd probably feel, oh, that's terrible. Oh no, they've broken their leg. That's terrible. It's absolutely awful. Like you'd be maybe crying because your friend had fallen into the hole. But then the next day, you're walking down the street, and on the other side of the street, you see me, and I fall in the hole. What's your reaction? No, that's not your reaction. You'll be laughing. Oh, look at that idiot over there. The feeling you get of happiness when something bad happens to someone else. That's that feeling. It's a beautiful word. I love this word. So when something bad happens to someone else and you feel good about it, you're feeling Schadenfreude. It's a beautiful word. The Germans created a word especially for that. That's my favorite word.
And you
Well,
this
you are
about
right.
expression?
Which?
Well, you
I
are right.
have no idea. It's my natural color. Yes, question?
Can you use it like expression?
Oh, I experienced Schadenfreude yesterday when Andrew fell in a hole. Okay, so you experience this feeling. Okay, it's a feeling. But again,
you
yes.
have no word for this in English?
No, we have the
No?
German word. We stole it.
They stole all the words.
English, yes, we steal a lot of words. Now, to be honest, they steal lots of words from many languages. They've stolen words like siesta. Siesta exists in English. Can you think of any other words that we've stolen from your languages?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten is a German word. Any other words? Kindergarten is a German. What's kinder in German?
Niño?
Yeah, children. Children. Okay. Yeah, exactly. What words in Italian did we choose? What words did we steal from Italian?
Bon appetit.
But that's French.
Ciao.
Ciao. Yeah, well, we didn't really steal grazie. We, like, you might say it, but for example,
Paparazzi.
pizza, paparazzi, for example, all of those things. Gelato, we sometimes use that. Okay, so a lot of food. Yeah, a lot of food we will use. And we'll steal from your languages as well, foods. We're not going to change the name. Any Portuguese words we stole? Nothing at all. No, there were no Portuguese words we stole at all. Okay, I guarantee there. Okay, guacamole is not Portuguese. Okay, but again, if you steal words from other languages as much as English does, it means that it's not very consistent in terms of the pronunciation. Like you could not predict this pronunciation based on standard pronunciation of English. How do you pronounce that? No. Celtic. Celtic. And the reason that is pronounced like Celtic is because it comes from the Irish language. Okay, it's stolen directly from the Irish language where it would be pronounced like a K. Now, in Glasgow, they have a football team called Glasgow Celtic, and in the United States, they have a basketball team called the Boston Celtics. But the pronunciation in most contexts, like historical context, is Celtic. You couldn't guess that. You can't guess it. Okay, you just have to be familiar with the context. Most of the time, it's reasonably consistent, but it's not going to be perfect. So saying, oh, how do you pronounce that orbiting or orbiting? Well, there's sort of no idea, there's no real 100% rule as to say, oh, it's definitely like that. I could give you 32 rules, or a little bit more, and say, okay, if you learn all of them, you'll be okay. But probably you will have still problems with that. Okay, now, as I usually do, this is what I asked ChatGPT to generate. Yes, you sat in the wrong place again. So for the people who said, oh, I would never use ChatGPT or whatever, etc., it will be useful in many, many ways. And my goodness, he's very popular. Okay, right. This is what I asked ChatGPT. This. Can you give me 4 dictation sentences that use the present perfect simple and continuous, refer to the news, and use contracted forms wherever possible? Do that.
Here you go, that
Do that. Do that.
You
Oh
are
yes.
dictation
Oh yes.
sentence.
Before I said, okay, my name is Daphne, so now it's saying Daphne is my name. Okay? I want you to do this, but again, change that to 1 and then say no commentary. So for the people who are new, Yvonne, you work with Patricio, Daphne, you work with Tanya, and everyone else stay in the same group. Okay, so Yvonne, you show Patricio what to do. I want 1 dictation sentence, and I want you to use no commentary. Okay, so go over there. Okay, now I'll show you why I want you to use that or do that shortly. My goodness, Patricio is super popular. Okay, very popular man.
The people from Mexico, they try to get
Just the 1. Again, just 1. 1. I do not want 4. I don't want 24. Just 1. And again, no commentary.
Can you give me one dictation sentence that's used present perfect?
Yep. Yours? One and no commentary.
Yeah, I put one. One sentence on this one, but it's
I'll just say one unit. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Notice that you see the word report very often.
I need to ask for another?
No, you will play the audio for Andrea and Yes, perfect. Yes, perfect.
Just confirm the evacuation.
What?
Again?
No.
As to ChatGPT.
They've been reporting on floods all morning, but the government's only just confirmed the evacuation plan.
Keep it in my mind and then.
And go on.
To where?
No, today you will change.
Are you going to help me? Yes!
Yeah.
Okay, play yours for this clown, and he is going to try guess. While he gives me that gun.
Oh wow.
Give me the gun, you clown. Good.
So for you it's okay.
What do you think of it?
Play the audio
Because
for
if you
that.
see, they give sure, this is a good sentence. That's why I say no commentary.
Yeah, so you just want to say now, what you might have to do is sign up for ChatGPT because you want this feature. Okay?
Oh, it doesn't happen this way.
You just with your you will have to sign up with your email address because this is what you want. Right?
I just seen the news that new storms hit the coast and rescuers have been working non-stop since last night.
So you're doing this instead of me. Okay, so you don't have to be a teacher to do this kind of exercise. Just use ChatGPT. Okay, so just sign up.
Rescuers have been working non-stop since last night.
But I think we really
Yeah, yeah, register. So you don't want 4 sentences because if you say 4 sentences and you read it out, it's going to read out 4 sentences. But you must register to get that feature. If you don't register, you see you don't have the feature of now it's free, but you will have the option. Yeah, you can do that all the time, but in the future, if you want to do that, then you're going to have to sign up. And this the benefit of this is you don't have to pay for a teacher to do the exercise for you. It's true. And it's a native speaker. It's a native speaker. Yes. What happened?
Castle Forbes is the best school in the world.
Yes, I'll pay you later. Okay. Yvonne, you work there with Mariana for a moment. Mariana, move your ass over there. No, you stay there.
Before the story, die, star.
Now, generate another sentence if you can.
The president's been traveling all week, and he's just announced that he's met with several world leaders.
Andrew? Yeah. I can say workmate.
Yeah.
I've just seen on the news that a new storm's hit the coast and rescuers have been working
Dime,
nonstop.
798, 78,
Yeah. And I speak with my workmate. And he understands. And I understand.
Yeah, perfect.
When I am speaking and didn't realize.
I'm practicing my English.
Do it again.
No. No quiero. Hoy no quiero hablar inglés. Hablé mucho inglés el fin de semana. No quiero más inglés. Ya. Stop.
Thank you. Excellent. Right.
You give her a shower.
Yes, I heard. Yes, it's a bath, I believe she said.
So,
Committee has been drafting regulations for months, and they've just released a statement confirming a final vote will be held next week.
Is this the new sentence? Or the same?
The central banks are closely monitoring market fluctuations, and they've just announced
what?
interest rates.
You're doing exactly not what I asked you to do.
Will you do it? You did it.
Yes, and I asked you to do it then.
Okay, again.
And then her. We.
Another dude.
Try to understand.
The central bank's been closely monitoring market fluctuations, and they've just announced a decision on interest rates. And they've just announced a decision on interest rates. The central bank's been closely monitoring market fluctuations, and they've just announced a decision on interest rates. The central bank's been closely monitoring market fluctuations, and they've just announced a decision on interest rates.
Yeah. About it.
One sentence.
The central bank's been closely monitoring market fluctuations, and they've just announced a decision on interest rates.
Andrew, can you turn on the screen?
Yeah.
Please,
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
You said that? It's real?
Listen, thank you.
The central banks are closely monitoring market fluctuations, and they're just announcing a decision on interest rates.
Now that I read it, I understood it.
Okay, stop. Okay. Okay, everyone, listen for 1 sec. Okay, right. So some of you said, oh, I can't understand it until I read it. Okay? So, everyone, I will Right, okay. So some of you have big problems when you're doing listening. Okay? So you watch Netflix and you don't really stop at the places where you have big problems. I'm sure when you watch Netflix or television series in English, what you do is you watch the series and you have the subtitles down the side, or even if you don't have the subtitles. If you don't have the subtitles, you just try to get the meaning, the general meaning. You don't stop at points where you go, what did they say? You just continue on enjoying the series or whatever. If you watch with the subtitles, you go, oh yeah. Now I sort of get that, and you might replay it again. There is a benefit to subtitles, okay? You're learning by using two modes, your ears and your eyes, okay? So yes, I do encourage you to use your subtitles or whatever all the time, a lot of the time, but you have to practice also with just listening, without reading. Now, if you do that activity again and again, you get short little sentences. You don't get a huge big Netflix transcript, okay? So it's very, very short. It's not very difficult really if you do it again and again and again. You'll get used to the habits of native speakers with etc. You're going to get used to what I say, for example, and as a consequence, your comprehension will get better. Okay, now, when you look on the board, these are the sentences that, or the tenses that some of you were interested in. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is Amy. Over here, this is Amy. And
Hello, Amy.
Hello, Amy.
Hello.
Now, Amy does put the accent on the wrong letter. Yes, on the wrong letter, because her mother doesn't speak French. Okay, she chose a name that sounded like French and sounded sophisticated, but she put it on the wrong letter. Okay, so fair enough. Now, this is the past simple, present perfect simple, past continuous, present perfect continuous. What is different about them? Fairly obvious, but what's different about those?
The name.
Yes, the name, yeah. What else? What's the difference between that one and that one? It's obvious just by looking.
One time and two times.
Yeah, exactly. What does perfect mean again, Gonzalo?
Perfect before.
Perfect means what?
Before.
Or?
Or more before.
No. Or? What's that mean?
Connect to time.
Very good. Okay, so when you look at this side of the board, you must be connecting two times. When you look on this side of the board, you don't care about connection between two times. You say something is happening, etc., and that's it. Okay? Now, what's the difference between these parts, these ones down here, and those ones? What's different about them and them? And what's that mean? Don't, yes, very good. You don't need to use any words. At the bottom of the board, it's what? What is it? What is it? What is it?
Waving.
Yeah, waving, yes, exactly. There's something continuing. You cannot use a continuous tense if there's no duration. You have to have duration. So, what does perfect continuous mean? What's this? Okay, what does perfect continuous mean, Rambo? Thank you very much. Okay, so I promise you, if you remember that, you'll remember the most important things about perfect tenses. Okay, so could you tell me, Amy, what is the difference between Amy farted and Amy has farted? Amy, what's the difference? Which one is more dangerous for us?
Present perfect.
Why is the present perfect simple more dangerous for us in this class?
Because it's connecting to time like the past and the present.
It's connecting to the present. What is connecting to the present? The smell. There must be some connection to now. Yes, exactly. It was Patricia. Okay, he's taking the shot there for. If you say Amy has farted, the result is now, and you go.
Oh man.
Come on. Yes, very good, JP. Keep that open. If you say Amy farted, what's the important thing?
Finished.
That's the important thing. It's finished. This one is also finished, but the result is still there. And that's important. Okay? Now, could you tell me what's the difference between that one and that one? Which one is more dangerous for us? That one or that one? The first one or the second one? Which is more dangerous for us?
The second one.
Why is the second one more dangerous for us?
Because it's continuous.
Yeah, it seems like it's continuing.
Yeah.
So what this one is like is usually something like. You understand that? And this one is more like. Do you see the difference between them? Now, also, usually, this one can continue. It's not always true. Sometimes it finishes a short time before. My goodness, my goodness. Please, answer it, Patricia, answer. It's beautiful, beautiful work here, beautiful music. Okay, so do you see the difference between them? Okay, what's the difference between that one and that one? Amy was farting and Amy has been farting. Which one is more dangerous for us? That one or that one? This one is more dangerous because this one is finished. Yeah, it's all gone. It's not important to us now. Okay, so really it's a psychological difference between. My goodness, Patricio is super popular. Okay, all right. So when you're learning these tenses, it's not that difficult. Okay, it's not that difficult. Now this is the traditional way of teaching you. Okay, this nothing revolutionary. I would say. Okay, the teacher gets up, shows you timelines like this, gives you examples, and say, okay, now, do you understand it all? You understand it all? Really? Yeah, if I said, okay, now go out there, you'll make no mistakes with the present perfect, simple, and the passive. Yeah, I know now. Yeah. The teacher gave me 5 minutes instruction. It's done now. If I said this to you, for example, Amy lived in Spain, for example. Is that finished or not finished?
Yeah.
Is that now? When I say the answer is A or B, and someone says yes, okay, that's not really very instructive. Okay, so I'll ask that question again: is that finished or not finished?
Yes,
It's
finish.
finished.
It's finished.
Yes.
Finished.
Finished.
Is that finished or not finished?
Not finished.
It is finished. This is where students have a big problem. That is finished. Amy has lived in Spain. Actually, that's not true, but let's say it is. Okay? Amy has lived in Spain. What's the difference then? Because that is finished and that's finished. So you say, what's the difference? Well, what's the difference here and here? Yes, you must have a result in the present. So if I said Amy has lived in Spain, what's the result?
She speaks.
Maybe she speaks, well, she's Mexican, so I hope she speaks Spanish. Okay? But what other results could there be? If you lived in Spain, well, again,
She likes paella.
maybe she likes the Spanish dishes or whatever, maybe she likes Spanish culture, maybe she hates Spanish culture. Maybe she's saying, oh, they colonized my country,
Give me my
etc.
gold.
Yes, give me my gold, etc. Okay, so you can have any result you want, but it must be now, and the other person needs to know from context what it is. Does everyone understand that? So if I said, for example, I've eaten my breakfast, or whatever, etc. That's not boyfriend, that's breakfast. Okay? So if I said, I've eaten my breakfast, okay, again, eyes yellow.
Oh.
There we go. What a terrible mind. Okay? So if I said, I've eaten my breakfast, is that finished?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it is finished. What's the result now? You're full, you don't need to eat anymore. Okay? If you say, Amy has farted, is that finished? Yes. What's the result now? The smell of strawberries. The smell of strawberries and butterflies are flying out of her ass, etc. Okay? I have lived in Spain, or Amy has lived in Spain. Is that finished? Yes. What's the result now? What the result? Possibility?
She loves Spain.
Maybe she loves sangria or whatever, etc. Okay? So she likes something about Spain or doesn't like something about Spain or whatever. Now, if I say this, for 2 years, or since 2023, you can use one or the other. Is that finished or not finished?
No.
That is not finished. So when you say Amy has lived in Spain for 2 years, she is still in Spain. So the inclusion of those time references means that this thing is not finished. It's more like a state that continues up to now and might go further on into the future. So if I ask you, have you lived in Ireland for long? Yes, you would say, oh, I have lived in Ireland for 2 years or for 1 year, etc. If you said, I have lived in Ireland, is it finished or not finished? It is finished. So for example, if I said, and this is true for me, I have lived in Russia. I have lived in Russia. Is it finished? Yes. It's obviously finished. Okay, I'm not living in Russia now. I have lived in China. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Is it finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's finished. I have lived in Dublin for 13 years.
No.
Is that finished or not finished? It's not finished. So if I include for at the end of it, or since, then it's going to continue on into the future. If I don't include it, that action is finished or stayed. Does everyone get that?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe you have a problem with that. I can see, I'm looking around here and you go, you have problems with traditional education maybe, and you want a different style. Move over here again and look in that direction. Can you give me 10 sentences with a present perfect? Shh, quiet. Can you give me 10 sentences with the present perfect simple? Don't use for or since. Shh. Now, are any of those finished? Okay, if I asked you translate those sentences, would you have a problem? No. Okay, they're all finished. Now, if I said do the same again, but this time use for or since. My God. Okay. Now, how would you translate them? Are they finished?
No.
No.
Okay,
Not the first one.
none of them. None of them are finished.
Yes.
Okay, they're all continuing. So usually the students have a big problem with the present perfect simple because they think they're always like that one. They're always like that one, or they're always like that one. It's not true. It depends on the context. So it's not, the present perfect simple is not about, oh, something is finished or not finished. It's something in the past that's maybe finished or maybe not finished has a result now. If I said to you, I've lived in Dublin for 10 years, what's the result now?
You're still in Dublin.
You're still in Dublin. She's worked at the cafe since last summer. What's the result now?
She's still working.
She's still working there. They've known each other for a long time. What's the result now? They still know each other. Okay, now if I said, I've just finished reading that book you lent me, what's the result now?
That you finished the book.
And maybe you know something about the book or whatever. If I said, she's already spoken to the manager about the problem, what's the result now?
That the problem is
Yes, probably solved the problem or whatever. So in both of these situations, you have some result now. One is finished, the other is not finished, it depends on the context. Now, if you can't understand what I just said, translate them and translate them. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have much of a problem. Translate them. Get your phone and translate them. You can work together if you want. You can take a picture and translate them. Translate them with your phone. You can use Google Translate.
Yeah, maybe.
Take a photo.
Yeah, take a photo.
So, show Gonzalo.
Oh, wait. You can use translate.
Very close.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's
Yes.
here.
Got the translations? Yeah, easy, yeah? Yeah. Mariana, got the translations?
Yes.
Easy?
You.
Yeah, nothing difficult. Andrea, got the translations? Easy? Yeah. Edberg already has. Amy?
You have the.
Easy? JP? Easy? Yeah, same? Yeah. Now, if I asked you to translate them, translate those ones. They're the first one, so it's a different translation. Translate them.
But if you did this,
Yeah.
okay, so show.
Okay, you see a big difference between those sets of sentences? So one is finished and the other is not finished? sure I ever want to play with that golf ball again.
I don't know.
Thank you very much. Beautiful work. There's a beautiful blue ball there.
You want it?
No, I don't. Can you see the difference between it's finished and not? Who knows? Who knows? It's getting cold. Okay. Okay. Right. So, okay, flick on the light now for a second. Okay, I keep saying this. Now it gets a bit repetitive for students who've been in the class for a period of time, but you don't need to only learn grammar like that. You can learn grammar by getting lots of examples and identifying patterns. So if I wanted to do an extra step, I might say, okay, what do you notice about this? Since, for, since, for, since, for, since, for, etc. And you would say, oh yeah, when you see since and for, it's not finished. Okay, so you could identify that pattern if you want, just by generating enough examples. Now if I said the exact same thing, give me 20 examples using the present perfect continuous. What do you notice about these? Finished or not finished? You can translate them if you want. Yeah, you can check if they're finished or not finished. Okay, translate if you want. Is it?
No.
Translate then. I've been waiting for you all morning. She's been studying really hard this week. They've been playing football in the park. We've been watching that new series on Netflix. He's been working from home lately. Do you notice anything?
It's not finished.
It's probably not finished. If it is finished, and this is where the translations are sometimes a little bit problematic. If it is finished, it finished a short time ago. Very, very short time ago. There's another thing which, if you're very, very careful, you might notice as well. What do you notice about the sentences that contain time? Okay? Look in the sentences here. They don't all contain times, but if they do contain times, what? My God.
It's the same phone number.
It's the same person.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I don't know.
I'm sure, Patricia. To be honest, I think everyone on the internet is interested who it is. Okay? Okay, if you look in these sentences and they have times, what do you notice about the time? This person wants to answer the question. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, what do you notice about that time?
All day.
All day.
All day.
Yeah, but what do you notice about that time? This time, this time, this time, this time. What do you notice about the time? You should notice one thing about the time. Are they finished or not finished?
Yeah.
Again, are they finished or not finished? And your answer is yes.
Yes, it's
Okay.
finished.
No, they're not. When you say all day, this today, it's not finished. You say this afternoon, it's not finished. If you say lately, that means recently up to now. Okay? It's from the past up to now. Just a short time in the past up to now. The same with recently, wherever it was. Okay, can't find it.
But
Okay.
what happened with the first one?
The first one,
I think
all morning.
all
Morning is not finished in this case.
How do you know?
Because you're using the present perfect continuous. It cannot be finished. Okay?
For the time.
Again?
For the time.
If this is the last thing, and then I'll let you go home. Okay? This is the last thing about the grammar of this. If you use the present perfect simple or continuous with time, you have to imagine it's not finished. If you if you use these ones,
I'm sorry.
brilliant work there, Marianne. Right, focus just for a minute.
It's not my fault.
Yes, I know the classifiers is falling apart. Okay, right. If you, this is the last thing, okay? Just focus one last thing. For 1 second, don't worry, leave it on the ground, Mariana. Leave it on the ground. No, not like that. Yes. Okay, if you use this with this one or this one with time, then time must be finished. So you would say something like, yesterday. Amy farted yesterday. Or you could say 5 minutes ago. You understand that? That's finished. The same down here. Amy was farting at 10 o'clock. 10
But
o'clock
could
is
be
finished.
like Amy was farting all day.
When?
All day?
When? All day is when it's finished.
All the morning, all morning.
All morning if the morning is finished.
So now you can.
Now it's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No morning.
It's not. No. Okay. Okay. So there's one complication. I should say you have to imagine that the time is finished. Okay. Now I'll explain. This is a big difference when I use the word imagine. But for now, forget about that for a second. When you say the past, when you use the past simple or past continuous, imagine that that time is finished. So just easily, yesterday is finished, 5 minutes ago is finished. Now when you use the present perfect simple and continuous, this time is not finished. You have to imagine the time is not finished. So you would say something like, Amy has farted when? When? Today. Today is not finished. Okay? Would I say Amy has farted this morning?
Yeah.
So technically speaking, I'm not allowed to use that because it's finished. But how many of you would consider this time still the morning?
Yeah.
Maybe some of you would say, well, it's my morning class. So if you're German, you would say no. Okay? At German, 12 o'clock, it's finished. Okay? But in other cultures, it's a little bit more flexible and they might say, well, this morning is continuing. So in that case, you might be able to use it. You understand that? Now, if you say all day in this context means it is not finished. If you say all day over here, you have to imagine that all day is finished. So when do you say that? Amy farted all day. When would you say that? When would you say? You might say that if all day was yesterday. She farted all day yesterday. Or you might say at 12 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock
So
at night.
all day comes all the time with like finished time.
No, I just showed you that is not finished. It depends on the context. If I say to you, Amy farted all day, an English speaker knows that this thing here is referring to time that's finished. So you'd expect, oh yeah, maybe I'm 11 o'clock at night. What did Amy do today? Oh, she farted all day. Okay, it was awful. It's terrible. We went to the class. Oh, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. All day. Finished. All day is finished. Now if you say, Amy has farted all day, so you're probably still in the day. It could be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, any time during the day. Oh my God, this woman, she started in the morning, she's continuing now. I'm dying, etc. So for example, this actually happened yesterday to me. Okay? I was driving in the car with Molly the dog.
Aww.
Yes, yeah, Molly the dog. And Molly the dog likes to sit on my leg when I'm driving. She sits here. And she puts her head here at the side. And then when I was driving, she farted. Oh, yeah. I'm not joking. It was a terrible, terrible fart. Yeah. And she continued to fart. And I was winding down the windows. I had to stop. In that context, it was awful. In that case, I could say, oh, Molly has farted all during the journey, all throughout the journey. It's the entire journey, from the start to the finish. You can continue. So if I continue driving again, maybe she'll continue after that. Okay? That's with the present perfect. She has farted all the time. If I said she farted, now I can say it. It's finished. I'm not in the car now. Okay? Now I'll give you more examples tomorrow, but and I don't want. Yeah, it's not going to be fart all the time. I don't want you, if you find this difficult, and I saw maybe Yvonne has a bit of an issue with all day, etc. I can give you examples tomorrow. You will find this easy if you put it into context. If you take it out of context, like this is completely out of context, really. I've given you 4 random examples that you won't really use in your everyday life. And you might go, and then I've given you time expressions, you go, sort of know it. I promise you, if I give you, and you're going to do this tomorrow, at the start of the class, I'm going to give you discussion questions, and you're going to discuss using the present perfect simple and continuous. You will not worry about the grammar. You will worry about, do I understand the meaning of the sentence? That's all. Okay? Tomorrow you'll get a bit more into detail about that. All right, have a nice day, and hopefully Amy doesn't fart anymore.
Please tomorrow choose another sample.
Amy's
Leave me alone.
Enjoy.
When will come leave to the class?
Actually, maybe this week, because it's her last week this